Today, I wanted to talk a bit about this very mysterious animal known as the Okapi, often nicknamed the forest giraffe. And yeah, I'm about to tell you why that's the case. So, is it a zebra? Is it a horse? Is it a deer? No, it's the Okapi. This animal is a giraffid, so it's the closest living relative to the giraffe that many of us know and love, and the only other living species of the Giraffidae family. It's endemic to the Democratic Republic of Congo, specifically a forest in that region known as the Ituri rainforest, which is a very dense and thick, a very vast region full of lots of biodiversity and yeah, a lot of mysterious things that happen within this forest. So yeah, the okapi is unfortunately considered as endangered according to the IUCN Red List, although they are quite elusive and timid. And what this means is that in terms of Western science, we haven't been able to do many field studies on them. So our knowledge about the okapi in the wild is still quite limited. Because of that, our estimates of how many individuals actually remain in the wild is varies quite a lot. Some put it at less than 10,000, while other estimates are between 15 and 30,000. But yeah, what we do know is that their numbers are unfortunately declining due to a number of threats, which I will get to later. So yeah, something that's really cool about the okapi, despite only recently being discovered by Western science, it is an animal that is very well known and respected by the indigenous communities, especially those that inhabit the Turi forest in the DRC. Yeah, in particular, there's an indigenous tribe called the Mbuti, but they live in the Turi forest. They still kind of live a hunter-gatherer lifestyle. And to them, the okapi is a very sacred and deeply respected animal. The killing of an okapi is considered a very major event, and the community mourns the death of this animal when it does happen. So yeah, this cultural reverence shows just how significant the animal is to the people who share the forest with it. So as I mentioned, it's only recently been becoming more well known to Western science. The first photograph of the okapi in the wild was actually only captured in 2008. And that's what you're seeing here. This is the first ever photo of the okapi in the wild. It also has, I guess, cultural value and quite some level of symbolism. It appears on the Congolese franc banknote, the 50, and also features in a number of aspects of the local heritage, the region. So threats. There's a number of threats that are currently affecting the okapi, mostly anthropogenically driven. So human encroachment, land use change, for example, from agriculture or settlement, is a big threat since they really like to hide out in these dense jungles. Additionally, illegal hunting and poaching cause a threat, as it is with many animals, unfortunately. Logging, deforestation, illegal mining operations within the forest, and also illicit activities from armed groups, which have had ongoing destabilization effects on the conservation efforts of this beautiful animal. Making things even trickier for the conservation of this species is the economic and civil instability of the DRC, is really limiting the government's ability to enforce conservation laws or commit funds to protecting and saving this endangered species. So despite this, there are some major players in the quest to save the okapi, some really great conservation projects going on. So in 1992, the Okapi Wildlife Reserve was established within the Ituri Forest, and this was declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site a few years later in 1996. This is like a vast region of a very large area, about 14,000 square kilometers. And of course, the reserve doesn't just protect the okapi, but also thousands of rare plants and animals. Like I said, it's a very biologically diverse place, the Ituri Forest. But I guess the okapi's become kind of the flagship species for this project. Additionally, as I mentioned, there's still some indigenous communities that live within these forests. So the Okapi Wildlife Reserve also helps to safeguard the traditions and cultural values of the the people that are living within this forest. So yeah, helping out significantly with this reserve is the ICCN and also the Okapi Conservation Project, which have both faced issues in recent years. In 2017, the hub of the nature reserve was attacked by illicit organizations who, I guess, were not happy with the restrictions being placed on entry to the forest and operations within the forest. And a number of people were unfortunately killed in this attack. These people are really, putting their lives on the line to try and conserve and save the beautiful nature alongside the Okapi within this region of the DRC. I guess, like, for example, the ICCN, some of the people doing the most work in this conservation side of things are these eco guards. So these are like the rangers of the park who are literally out there on the front lines, detaining poachers, removing illegally set traps, monitoring for any type of unregulated or illicit activity in the forests, and also helping to track biodiversity. Yeah, so it's really incredible what these people are doing, And of course, it's a critical role for the long-term protection of the Okapi and also the integrity of the Turi forest. So yeah, really important that this kind of work keeps going on if we want to see the longevity of this beautiful animal. Yeah, so that's all I had. Hope you've learned something interesting. I was quite unfamiliar with this animal until only about a few months ago when I stumbled across it while looking on the IUCN Red List. So I've really enjoyed learning about it as well. And yeah, thanks for listening.